Complex here in the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas, for the championship of the 2011 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Tournament right here on NCAA.com. I'm Derek Smolek, and I'll be calling all the action today in what should be a fascinating matchup between two teams that have a combined one loss between them. That's the number 1 ranked Messiah College Falcons and the number 6th ranked Wheaton College Thunder. I'm joined by my partner, Brian Mason, today for all the action. And Brian, you know, we both saw the two games yesterday in the semifinals between these two teams at a hard-fought 1-0, just an absolute battle between Messiah and William Smith, and then really Wheaton a domination of Ithaca in the second semifinal. Tell me your thoughts going into today. I mean, obviously, I'm excited. I know you got to be as well.
Definitely. It's great to be here. Not as rainy as it was yesterday. The winds a factor a little bit, but two excellent games yesterday. Messiah getting tested defensively, but ultimately dominating that game, coming in with a lot of confidence. Their 25 shot on goal average was reduced to 15 by the strong defense of William Smith, but they still came in really controlling that game. So I expect them to continue that here today. Wheaton on the other side really never gave it a good chance. The 2-0 goal, the 2-0 margin really belies the 28-3 shot advantage that Wheaton had over Ithaca. So they come in with a high-powered offense and a lot of confidence. Messiah's defense wasn't really tested yesterday. We weren't really able to see goalkeeper Autumn Riley up against the defense, so we're going to see her get tested today. But hey, with Wheaton and Jamie Orweiler, that's going to be their key today. Should be an exciting matchup with two real high-powered offenses going head-to-head.
Well, that kind of sets the table. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back. We are just moments away from the start of the 2003 Women's Soccer Championship for NCAA Division III here on NCAA.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the posting of the colors. Today, presented by the color guard of the East Central High School Reserve Officers Training Corps.
Texas for the championship of the 2011 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Tournament. This is the third straight championship held in San Antonio. This tournament features teams that have won, this championship game features teams that have won a combined 6 national titles, both teams tied for the second most in NCAA Division III history. So whoever wins this obviously will have second place all to themselves. Both have a championship pedigree, and as we get into our keys for the game, Brian, I really got to think the history of the programs really plays a part, not only in the fact that they were able to get here, but in how they approach this game. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Messiah and Wheaton faced off both in 2007 and 2008. The last game, a 5-0 drubbing of Wheaton by Messiah. Messiah holds the advantage on the overall series, so Wheaton's really going to want to get some revenge for the years of losses to the strong Messiah program.
And also you got to think, too, 2008, 4 years ago, I guarantee you there's some seniors on this Wheaton squad that remember that game because they were there for it. And, it's one of those where that kind of memory never goes away.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the keys for the game today for Messiah, they're going to have to set the tone early. A strong defense with a methodical build-up. They aren't faster than the Wheaton team, so they got to really push the ball in and out, use passing effectively to get around that strong Wheaton defense. Secondly, physical play. They're larger than the Wheaton team. They've got some taller girls, some bigger girls, so they got to get in there and use physical ability, which wasn't used against Wheaton in the Ithaca game, to dominate possession. For Wheaton, Orweiler. Jamie Orweiler, 5 shots yesterday, dominated possession in and out, was seemingly all over the field. She was the offense for this week.
I think she actually was all over the field.
I think she was as well, so they really got to go to Orweiler early. And secondly, they got to attack early. They got to build up a lead. Messiah is known for 25 shots per game. They're going to get near and around the goal, so if Wheaton can get out early, get a few goal lead, they might have a good opportunity to hold off this Messiah attack and pull out the win.
Well, we are just seconds away from the start. There's the kick, and the 2011 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship game is underway. The kickoff sent out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in. And again, that's going to be Wheaton taking the throw, sent up the line. And, nice little spin move, but not able to keep it in bounds by Anna Siebold, another very active player yesterday. Just a freshman, but she did not play like one yesterday.
Not at all. Was really aggressive, really good in the passing game, taking that ball wide, trying to get it into Hinch for some really great attacks. And we've been lucky here today. The sun's been breaking out a little bit. That wind is starting to calm. I think we're going to have a beautiful day for soccer here in San Antonio.
Taking the throw will be Aaron Strom. Sends it up the line. Popped up in the air. Wheaton keeps control. And now coming away with a steal is Corinne Wolf. However, her touch, a little poor, and Wheaton getting it right back. That's Caitlin Kashunas. Her pass deflected, stolen away. Alex Brandt with it. Brandt stops, sends a short pass. Tried to get the return, couldn't connect. And now Wheaton clearing the ball out. Picking it up, however, is Lisa Wingard. Her pass controlled again by Messiah.
Good defense so far from Wheaton. They're stopping those outside probes that were really successful for Messiah yesterday. And if they continue to do so, pressure them on the outside. Don't let Scheibler get wide or Wingard to shoot on a long run on the outside. They should be able to tie up this Messiah offense.
Wheaton getting the steal. There's Orweiler sending it up to Kashunas. Kashunas, long pass along the line to Siebold. Siebold stops, has it stripped away. Good defensive play. That was number 20, Kelsey Gorman. And now, is that a foul call? No, just a throw-in. Okay. So it'll be a throw-in for Wheaton. That's Kashunas taking it again. Goes up line, double-teamed was Siebold, and it's kicked off her out of bounds. Good play there.
Nice defensive play so far. Messiah's doing what they need to do. Be patient in the backfield. make some build-ups, get around this very, very fast Wheaton attack.
Ball cleared into the Wheaton end of the field.
And that was a long kick by Alex Brandt there, the one who scored the lone goal, the 25-yard laser beam into the net of William Smith yesterday. She was certainly the hero for Messiah coming through with their lone goal. And
if you want to see highlights of yesterday's games, go to NCAA.com, go to the women's soccer page. There are some spectacular highlights of all the important plays from yesterday's semifinals as well as the men's. Messiah with the ball. We are just a little over 3 minutes into our first half. No score, as the team's really just kind of in the feeling out stage right now. And there's a steal coming back from behind by Alex Brandt, another player very active yesterday. Not quite like Orweiler, but another one of those players who just really seem to be everywhere. Little through ball trying to get it to Scheibler, but it was cleared out of bounds. Nice defensive play right there. I believe that's Strong.
Yeah, and a nice feed there by Corinne Wolf, looking for Scheibler on the outside. They had a lot of success with Scheibler outside. Looks like Coach is starting her out there today to try and duplicate that success from yesterday.
I really like that position for her. The runs she made down the line, and her teammates were able to get her the ball. Obviously, that's the most important part. It doesn't matter how good your runs are if they can't get you the ball, but she really made good runs, put herself in position to make plays, and did indeed make some plays yesterday, which really caught our attention.
And I think Coach Fry's trying to utilize her in multiple positions, just depending on how much the fatigue factor sets in. She was outside yesterday, then she moved to the inside. We weren't happy with that move inside, considering the success she was having, but maybe he was trying to preserve some of that energy. It starts her on the outside today. We'll see if she shifted around, and it works really well there with Hinch and Wheaton.
Messiah with the ball. That's Brandt again. Sends it through, looking for Wolf. It's cleared away, and a potential opportunity. Seaball trying to run on, but the ball just carried a little too far. That was a nice little kick there. Just like I say, it carried too far for her to run on and get it, and coming out to clear the ball out was Autumn Riley.
Yeah, nice little attack there again. You know, Wheaton's going to have to try and get some goals early here. They really need to get Corinne Wolf in, Jamie Orweiler in. She hasn't possessed the ball yet today. We really need to see her a lot more active. It seems she's playing more of a defensive role than she was against Ithaca.
Brandt sends it down the line, again trying to get to Scheibler, but the defense was there again, and the pass a little offline as well. Sent up the line. And it'll be out of bounds to Messiah.
Wheaton seems to be a little tentative today. Maybe they're trying to play more of a defensive mode against Messiah, try to hold off that strong attack from Hinch and Wolf. But they need to make some of those cutting runs. Jamie Orweiler needs to step up, try to get some interceptions, and push that ball to the outside.
Off the throw-in.
A good little stop there by O'Reilly. She's starting to show a little bit of aggression. I like to see that.
Well, you know she's going to be one of the keys to this game. We really saw that clearly yesterday. She's unafraid to insert herself into any situation. Put her body at risk. It's all about making the play, and you'd love that kind of player as a coach. You just got to be careful.
Yeah, she's only got so much energy in the tank, but based on how she played yesterday, I have a feeling we're going to see some great things from her today.
Throw-in coming for Messiah. And battled for and controlled by Wheaton. There's Karsten. She'll send it to the far side of the field. Now a little through ball, nicely done to Shannon. Shannon defended well, but able to get it to Kopelman.
Nice little passing set here, in and out, working that Messiah defense. It didn't have ultimate success, but really they're finding holes.
And a turnover. Kopelman sends it out. The centering pass. There, it goes off the heads of both Kashunas and the defender. Was that, I believe it was 19 Seabold.
What a beautiful header. It looks like she might have had a little bit of a collision there, but my goodness, she's coming off. She might have a little bit of blood from her nose. She's checking her nose right now, but wow, she stayed in there, took a hard hit off the deflection there from Kishkunis.
Yeah, they both went up. It looked like their heads collided, and it looked like kind of a softball, but it was such a high looping shot that the goalkeeper couldn't get to it. Let's take a quick look at that one. It really kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, a nice feed in here, and there's Kishkunish. She gets up a little bit higher than the defender, is able to get the ball high. Now, Riley could at this point come off her line and try and pound it out, but instead, just an amazing header just over Riley, and that's where your keeper can make the difference. Riley makes an aggressive move off that line, punches that ball out instead of waiting for it. It's much harder to try and defend it from the line when you've got a looping header.
And quickly a steal coming back the other way. Kishkunis trying to slip the through ball to Kopelman again, but it's cleared away, and that goal right there really seems to have fired up the Wheaton squad. Of course, they need to keep it in check. Right back comes Messiah. That's Hinch.
And there's number 12, Erin Hinch. They have to get her involved in this game today. She was certainly involved yesterday, having 3 shots on goal yesterday along with Fry. She's the key. She's the captain, 2009 NCAA Division III Player of the Year. So she's critical. The coach, we even heard him in an interview after the game saying, we've been riding her wave throughout our entire season. We need to continue to do so for this championship. So Hinch is critical to their success.
Battle for the ball, and it's going to be a throw-in for Messiah. One thing you got to think about, this is a team that allowed 4 goals all season. What is their state of mind after giving up one so early? They didn't allow more than a single goal all season in a game. I don't know for certain, but I find it very hard to believe they trailed more than a few minutes in the entire season. This has got to have an impact on them.
No question about it. Having that kind of a defense, you have a little bit of a swagger to you, a little bit of confidence there. But you got to know in the championship game at any level that goals are going to be scored. That is kind of swept aside, and they really got to be able to defend against the type of attack Wheaton's going to put on. And today, I think a little bit of a miscue from the goalkeeper. Probably should have come off that line to punch that ball out, and that's all it takes. One little misstep there, and you're down 1 goal.
So give me a throw-in for Messiah. They're kind of putting on the pressure a little bit here since allowing the goal. Maybe that kind of woke them up. And certainly for a team like this, you've got to think that was a wake-up call, whether they were truly not prepared or not. A team that's not used to trailing didn't lose at all the entire season.
Well, we talk about the keys to the game. Wheaton needed to score early, and they certainly did. In the first 10 minutes, they put a goal in. So they've got to get up because Messiah has the ability to score pretty much at will when you get the ball in to Schiebler or Hinch or Wolfinder.
Centering pass. Couldn't control it, but Messiah will maintain possession. Out on the far flank, that's Shirk trying to get around the defender, and it's cleared out of bounds. Nice play there by Ann Trapp to force the corner kick.
Yeah, good play there. She had lost a step, went down with a tackle, and was able to get a nice clean kick out of bounds. But we'll see. Messiah is very, very dangerous with their tall girls in the middle there for these corner kicks.
Elizabeth Phillips will take the corner. Puts it in play, and it's headed out immediately, and now cleared out of the Wheaton end. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice clear there by Lily. Was able to get it out of the danger zone and put it back into the Messiah defensive third.
And a poor pass. Oh, wow, this is an opportunity. It goes from Wolf. And now deflection, and now it can be a foul from behind.
What a very, very, very dangerous miscue there from Carrie Shannon. Just mistouching the ball and leaving it to their number 1 attacker on Messiah there, Erin Hinch. Not often you see her overrun a ball and lose possession, but she did, and hats off to the Messiah defender there, Hannah Whalen. She was able to get tangled up there and then ultimately caused Erin Hinch to make a foul there and bring the ball back out. But can't have those kinds of mistakes to the Messiah number 1 goal scorer.
No. Lucky to get away unscathed on that one. So 11 minutes into the game, 1-0 Wheaton. Speaking of Wheaton, they have possession of the ball. That's Kopelman dribbling through a few defenders. Gets it off to Shannon. Shannon back on the outside. And a long pass sent ahead to Seabold. Seabold trying to chase it down. Gorman is there as well. And it'll be a goal kick for Messiah.
Yeah, Messiah yesterday had 12 shots on goal of the 15 that they took. Hinch and Fry were the leaders, so they certainly can put up some offense. And William Smith was the #1 defense in the nation, and even though it was a 1-0 game, they really dominated. So Messiah here getting a little bit confounded by this Wheaton defense, but they were able to figure a way through William Smith, so I see them being able to get some more shots on goal here and some better opportunities.
Again, that's Koppelman. She draws a crowd, has it tipped away, and now Wolf coming back the other direction, but no numbers there. Leaves it off for Shirk. Shirk bringing it up the line, and guess who's there? Orweiler, who really is just all over the place, both defensively and offensively, and she's able to force the throw-in.
Brilliant play by Orweiler. Ran the Messiah attacker down, and not only ran her down, then kicked the ball off her out of bounds for a possession here by Wheaton. She's just playing really great defense today. Yesterday we saw her as an offensive force. Today as a defending midfielder, it seems. She's really been able to shut down the midfield there for Messiah.
Going to be a throw-in for Messiah. Just past midfield.
That's what Messiah needs to do. They need to look for Scheibler out on the outside. They haven't attacked this right side yet, only once down on the field, and Scheibler really had success yesterday. Brandt's got to work through that, get it to Wolf, and get it over there to Scheibler, get an opportunity outside.
And a hard hit to the side of the leg, I believe that was, on Corinne Wolf. She's still down, or actually she's holding the shoulder. Might have been a shoulder-to-shoulder contact. She's still down, attacking the other way. That's Orweiler, using her speed, getting past the defender, has the ball tipped away from her. I don't know who touched it last, and now it's cleared out of bounds. It looks like it was the defender touching it last, and now the clock stopped with 31 minutes, 47 seconds to tend to the injury.
Looks like she's holding her shoulder. Might be a clavicle or dislocation there. We weren't sure about the collision. It looked like just a normal shoulder-to-shoulder charge there, but she's holding it as if her shoulder's out of socket, and that's a huge blow to Messiah. Corinne Wolf, the #2 goal scorer, the #1 goal scorer for the team. Erin Hinch behind her with 13, but she had 21 goals on the year for Messiah, so they really can't afford to have that kind of offensive force out of the game. Let's hope she's okay.
And you never know as far as how it happened. It could have simply been the angle, as much as the force. But clearly, it was a hard hit. I mean, it looked clean from our angle. But if both players are using some force, then obviously that puts more pressure on the shoulder area.
Well, she's really bent over and in pain, and it could have been the fall as well. Sometimes on a slippery field, you go down and that shoulder just comes out. But gosh, she's bent over. They're really looking at her right now.
And we got a substitution coming in for her. That's number 23, Elizabeth Phillips. 21. Thank you. Allie Rogers, a sophomore from Hershey, Pennsylvania, who will be coming in. And off the throw, ball is cleared right into the Messiah bench. It'll be a throw-in for Wheaton. Off the throw-in, headed up in the air. And now it's Messiah's turn for possession, but getting it right back is Orweiler.
And Messiah losing their #1 goal scorer, down a goal here. They're not used to this kind of adversity with no defeats and only one tie throughout the entire season. They're really going to have to dig deep here to find motivation to outlast.
Here comes Orweiler, the shot from distance. Up to the task is Autumn Riley. And that's not a bad shot at all right there. It's a little bit longer. A keeper like Riley likely to make the save, but you know what? You take some chances and you're going to get some results. And when you're up 1-0, a lot easier to take those chances.
Absolutely. And soccer's about trying different tactics, trying different strategies from an offensive perspective. You can't only dribble the ball into the goal or expect a deflection-type goal on a keeper or a header in. You got to take outside shots. Keep Riley honest. She's already demonstrated that she likes to stay on that line in tactical situations there. So give an outside shot, keep her honest. He might get a deflection and then get an opportunity for someone to run on and score a goal.
Already 2 shots for Wheaton, both on goal. So a fast start against a defense not used to doing that. Quick counterattack there. That's Wingard taking the shot. And the shot is a header! The cross by Wingard went to Hinch. Hinch puts it in the back of the net, and just like that, we are tied at 1 apiece.
What a beautiful, beautiful goal there. I'm not sure what the Wheaton defender was doing, letting Hinch run free down the middle with Wingard running on the outside. She was certainly had 2 steps and was going to get that ball across, but Hinch just came out like a cannon and attacked that ball, was able to knock it back in the goal. Really a difficult goal to defend by the keeper without defensive.
Really slow developing. They had numbers back. It was a 2-on-4, but the defender pulls up number 7.
Laura Carson just let Hinch go. Maybe she didn't catch her in her peripheral vision there, but
huge mistake.
Really got a mark on it. We noticed William Smith yesterday with Tarantino marking Hinch the entire game. Smith went, and Hinch was shut down. She did have 3 shots, but really they were weak shots. They weren't really strong shots on the keeper. They decided to mark her the whole game with success. This time they let her run free, and one little mistake, and that's why she's the captain. That's why she was the player of the year 2009 before she injured her knee. Are those kinds of attacks, and there you go. Corinne Wolf out with its shoulder injury. Hinch steps up, puts a goal in the net, and now we're tied.
Yeah, all it takes one mental error at this level. We talked about it on the poor pass earlier. You can't make those kind of mistakes against a team like Messiah, and conversely, obviously, Messiah can't make those kind of mistakes against a team like Wheaton, as it will bite you every time. And now, brand new ball game, 1-1. Both teams have the goal. Yeah, I think we can say the jitters are gone.
Yep.
They've kind of worked through all the pregame stuff. Now we can play. Now let's see what we've really got here.
Now it's going to be an exciting game. Whenever you got a 1-1 games, they're so much better than 0-0 games. Both defenses have been scored on. Both offenses know that they can put the goal in the net. Now you're going to see some fun, free-flowing soccer here that'll make for a great championship game.
And both teams, knowing that the other can score, you've always got that little bit of a nervous fear factor, or that nervous aggression. And this is it. After today, there is no more soccer until next year, so there's no reason to hold back. There's no reason to not give every ounce you've got. So we could really see a lot of physical play. We could see a lot of action both ways. This could be a lot of fun, and that's what we thought we were going to get for this championship game. Well, hasn't disappointed over the first 17 minutes.
And you notice Coach Fry went with the lineup that he did later in the game against William Smith. He pushed Scheibler to the middle and Wingert outside. Yesterday there wasn't much success with that combination. Scheibler did much better on the outside, but today it resulted in a goal. So I guess Coach Fry knows a little bit more than you have.
Yeah, he might. Maybe why he's the one there and we're up in the booth.
Winning his after coach in Division III with over 10 years experience. There's a reason he's here with the number 1 ranked team.
I'll give my mulligan then on that. What the heck. Battle for the ball right around midfield. And finally, Messiah getting possession. Poor pass, though, and intercepted by Wheaton. That's Lily sending it back to Libador, and she clears it out to midfield. A little bit of kickball going on right here now, because neither team able to sustain in possession, and it goes right to Hinch. Hinch has it tipped away, however, Messiah keeping possession. That's Fry sending out wide, far side of the field. Centering pass goes over the goal line, and it'll be a goal kick.
I like what Messiah's doing here. They did this against William Smith and were able to find seams in that strong number 1 ranked defense by going wide, sending Scheibler wide. In this instance, they were sending Shirk wide, trying to spread out that defense so players like Hinch can run on unmarked and get an opportunity to put a ball in the goal.
Graham really shanked that kick out of bounds, gives Messiah the ball deep in their end. And coming in once again, getting involved is Orweiler, and now Wheaton will clear the ball up to midfield.
Yeah, Orweiler all the way down to the goal line. She's all over the field once again today. More of a defensive role, it seems to me. So far, they haven't needed her on offense, but now that it's a 1-1 game, she's got to find a way to start distributing. Yeah, difficult. Contact in the back.
I really thought I might have seen the elbow involved as well.
Yeah, that on number 4 there. Caitlin Kishkunis, she came on. I think the referee was a little bit obstructed. We had a perfect view of it, but yeah, a little bit high on the elbow, made some strong contact.
Just like the sidelines, it's always easier to see from up here.
Absolutely. Except yesterday when there was so much rain, we thought, goals went in that didn't. It was pretty awful yesterday.
I'm really happy the weather conditions have settled down. It's a little cloudy, but there's no rain in the area right now. We had some this morning. Nice, good temperatures, so it shouldn't be. It'll be a little humid, but it shouldn't be too cold, too hot for either team. Oh, beautiful pass right in the middle of the field for Brandt. Brandt, one-on-one with the defender, tipped away, and then the shot attempt was blocked. And now a foul in the back, and we're seeing too many of those. That's about the third or fourth one. I'm glad she stepped in on this one, made the call. I would really love to see our center referee really establish, hey guys, enough of that. Keep the elbows down and don't be going into the back like that.
On that play, you had Brandt go down with great possession. Now, yesterday, right at the top of the 18, she took a shot and was able to put a laser right in the upper right corner. In this instance, tried to out-dribble the defender and ended up just in front of the 6-yard. You're not going to get a goal in that position dribbling in. There's just too much defense there. She's got to unload that cannon she has on a right leg and take a shot, test this young keeper there for Wheaton. And on the other side, that's true. That's 3 hits in the back there. The referee's probably going to have to clamp down there. 2 were against Hen. She's been getting really, really physical up top, so hopefully we'll see a little bit of tightening of those in the back fouls.
Wheaton controlling. Nice little through ball that cleared out of bounds, intended for Kopelman. We've played just shy of 21 minutes here in the first half of the NCAA Division III National Soccer Championship game between number 6 Wheaton, number 1 Messiah.
And again, Orweiler nowhere near that. I'm not sure if they have her marking Brandt or if she's just staying in the center. I really want to see her receiving some of those throw-ins and distributing. She was their captain yesterday that really pushed, despite the fact that she had 5 shots herself and led the team, she pushed the ball around a lot. It seems to be much more defensive today.
This is the matchup I've been wanting to see, looking at Brandt and Orweiler going at each other, because they're both so fast. They're smaller players, but they have tremendous speed, and they're both so aggressive.
And here's Orweiler making a run. Maybe we'll get a chance to see her in action.
Caught a little soft spot in the field. They're able to maintain her balance, but her chip down the sideline goes out of bounds.
Yeah, she's staying close to Brand, but I could see Coach Felsky saying, hey, we need to keep tabs on that player. Let's stay close, play more defensive situation there in the midfielder, and keep her from distributing the ball.
Well, and they're both fast enough and physical enough to really keep up with each other and to defend each other. So it could be interesting, a matchup to watch as the game goes on. Wheaton with the ball. It's cleared up the side and in to the Messiah bench. It'll be throw-in for the Falcons. Good crowd on hand. Both teams well represented despite being a long way away from here.
Interestingly enough, between these two teams, they've shared national championships from 2006 straight through to 2009. So really in the last 5 years, the two teams have taken home 4 of them. Just two tremendous programs coming together here for the final.
Of course, last year, Hardin-Simmons coming out and winning their first national title over Messiah. The one team outside of these two that has picked up the title in recent years.
Well, Messiah certainly is the home of the championship, having come to the finals. This is their 5th consecutive trip, 8th in the Final Four. They are certainly a powerhouse in women's Division III soccer, and so when a team comes in and upsets them like Hardin-Simmons, that's always interesting to see, but certainly they faced off against Wheaton.
And don't forget about their men's program, though upset early on in this year's tournament. They had also been not just to the finals, but had won 2 championships. Both teams won the title in the same year. The only time it's ever happened, they did it in back-to-back years.
Yeah, tremendous, and we'll be able to see the men's final coming up later tonight. But great defensive play there by Scheibler. She came in and tackled Carrie Shannon there for a nice stop.
Brandt controlling, and there's Orweiler marking her up. Tips the ball away, but Brandt able to keep it. And Messiah keeping possession.
Yeah, a little bit of lull here. Not a lot of offense between the two teams. They seem to be taking a breather after that 1-1, those 1-1 exciting goals here. So they're trying to find seams again and working the ball.
Yeah, it's like at the beginning of the game, we always talk about that feeling out period. It's like they're having a second feeling out period now that something's been established. The steal there coming quickly. Kashunas sends it out. Tried to get the ball over to Kopelman, who might have had a good run at it, but it was cleared out. However, Wheaton keeps it on. Nice pass there from Orweiler to Kopelman. Kopelman out on the wing, marked by Trapp. Oh, and
Beautiful
trap.
defense.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful play.
Great play to clear it away.
And that's what you want to see from a back defender, staying on, not going after any of those.
Now Tan's centering pass is deflected over the goal line. Corner kick going to go to Wheaton.
This will be their first corner kick of the game. We'll see what they'll do to set up for some strong attack here. But so far, other than the one miscue, Messiah defense has done what they needed to do, control the back line, be patient, and chip away at that Wheaton attack. We'll see how they defend the corner.
Under 20 minutes left in the first half, all tied up at 1 apiece. Here comes the corner kick. It's headed away. Wheaton will control. And now popped up in the air. Not really sure if that was intended to be a shot. Didn't really look like much of a pass, but hey, one way or the other, it goes over the goal line. It's a goal kick.
Well, Wheaton's going to struggle in those set pieces in the box against Messiah. Messiah's got much more height than they do, much more physical presence there. So Wheaton's going to have to look for different ways on corner kicks to get the ball. Maybe a flick, an add-on, a shorter ball played. They can then get deflected into the goal. But just the traditional service into the 6-yard area, they're not going to have success against the tall players from Messiah.
Substitutions for Messiah. We've got 2 of them, number 3, Mackenzie Clapper, and number 9, Olivia Scott, into the game for the Falcons. And a throw-in from Messiah just over midfield, goes right down the line to Scheibler. Scheibler dribbling in, stops, taking on Lilly. Now the centering pass all the way across the box, trying to chase it down is Wingard. She's able to. Oh, nice pass. Gets it right to Brandt. Brandt just outside the box, of course, guarded by Orweiler. And now the ball cleared away, and Orweiler in the right place there to make sure that Brandt didn't have another chance for a goal. And
good defensive play there by Wheaton. You know, Hinch once again was open as Messiah pushed down that left side. Hinch was running free. Winger was running free. Ball went across the mouth of the goal. No touch there. So Wheaton got lucky getting that ball out, but again, great play. It looks like Orweiler is staying on top of Brandt, not letting her get loose on top of the box, but they got to stop Hinch from running free in the middle.
I think when Brandt's in that offensive third, she's Orweiler's responsible. I think the rest of the time maybe it's subjective. Battle for the ball up around midfield, and Messiah will control, getting it with Scheibler. Long pass sent ahead by Phillips, looking for Hinch. It's deflected and now cleared away by Wheaton.
Yeah, almost a good opportunity there. Erin Hinch using her body to box out, get that ball just a little tip to Scheibler, but was just not enough, and she wasn't able to break free.
Nice pass, just not able to settle it was Seabolt. If she had, it was one-on-one with the defender. Instead, the ball cleared out, and now Messiah going to control.
Yeah, Locke with a little bit of miscue. She had Orweiler going off to their left side. Should have probably trapped that ball, sent it outside, give Orweiler an opportunity to take the ball down to the line and distribute it to the middle.
Wheaton going back, resetting the offense. Now long pass ahead again, looking for Seabolt. Another good defensive play by Gorman, who's drawn the assignment of dealing with Seabolt.
Messiah's got a strong wall back there. They are not allowing those Wheaton attackers to get past them, using their physical prowess, using their ability to control that ball.
And going at it with Orweiler. Messiah controlling the ball. Goes in the middle with Scott. Scott has it tipped away, and Wheaton with the steal. Kopelman looking for somebody to pass it to. Now finally sends it up the line, trying to get it to Seabolt, but once again, Gorman is there.
Again, you don't see Orweiler moving up. You see her staying in a defensive position. Usually she'd be in the attacking third there looking for a center ball or a ball for her to distribute, and right now she's just playing more a defensive mindset, it seems.
Scheibler, her pass tipped away. Battle for the ball, and now Wheaton clears it down for Seabolt, and it'll be a throw-in for Wheaton.
Here's an opportunity here for Wheaton to get the ball to the middle, start pushing it and moving.
Calling for the sub. Our center referee doesn't see it, so play will continue. Brandt immediately getting the steal, and now she'll start a counterattack for Messiah. And a poor touch, and once again in the thick of that was Orweiler as Wheaton gets the ball right back as we approach the 30-minute mark of the first half. Follow played long, and Riley content to let it go over the line and take the goal kick, and now we'll get our substitution.
It looks like Wheaton's going to be substituting this time.
It's going to be Marley Disher, freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, coming in, replacing Allie Kopelman, who had made some pretty good runs.
Yeah, the freshman did a good job, was really, I think, the lone distributor up on the side, responsible for the cross there that resulted in the goal. So she's had a great game so far. Hopefully we'll see her in the second half.
Battle for the ball, and Orweiler coming away with it. Goes down, no foul called, and now cleared away.
Ooh, a missed touch there. That was, Hinch would have had a nice green space open to work with if she was able to collect that ball.
Rogers, her centering pass taken in by Scott. Scott changes direction, sent to the far side of the field. Now resetting into the middle. Trap up ahead for Brandt. And back to Brandt as she drives to the far side, guarded by Shannon. All the way out on the left wing, and breaking through between two defenders. And Orweiler there to punch it away. And now Messiah possibly with a counterattack opportunity. That's Disher sent ahead for Seabolt. Seabolt had to battle just to keep possession as it touched away.
And Wheaton's not doing a good job of supporting their attacks. The midfielders need to move up and give a drop opportunity for those strikers so that they can send the ball long. They're stopping when the runs begin. They're not providing supporting. So these nice attacks by Seabolt and by Disher really are just falling flat because they don't have support.
It feels cautious, like they're afraid to push too much ahead, and a corner kick has been called, and the Messiah defenders just absolutely incredulous. What are you talking about?
Well, I have a feeling there was a touch. Everyone knew it, and no one told number 20, Kelsey Gorman, that she needed to save the ball. So I think she was a little bit more frustrated at her teammates not saying, hey, let me know if it's our last touch so I don't let it go out of bounds. It certainly could have stopped it.
Kashunas, centering pass, headed up in the air by one of the defenders. Battle in the box. And a shot goes from the side. So number 14, Lilly, taking that shot, and the save by Riley.
I liked that corner kick. While we found out about the injury here, I like the corner kick from Wheaton. They had a small touch to Orweiler, let Orweiler send it in, and that's what they're going to need to do. They're not going to be able to go over top. You see the kind of physical play. It's taking its toll on Wheaton, but they need to do a quick touch to get it in.
I think that could be a couple of things. They're obviously very physical play today, but I think also, the field conditions. The field's in excellent shape, but it's still got water, and it's still a little slippery, and you kind of just push the wrong way. The leg goes one way, the body goes the other. You can get some tweaks real easily, and I think that may be a part of it, especially when you've got some harder hits. Disher, tried to get it over to Seabolt, couldn't do it.
And there's Seabolt and Disher trying with the 1-2 opportunity. If they just had one more center mid or outside mid coming up, providing an outside run or square support, perhaps they'd get a little bit more offense going. But against this Messiah wall, they're just not going to get it over with just the two of them.
And another player going down, no foul call.
Yeah, surprised on that one.
We've only had 2 foul calls so far in the game, so our center referee, she's letting them play.
Certainly wants the players to determine the championship. That's typically what you want to see. She's allowing some physical play to go, and until it turns, I'm fine with the approach.
Well, and we haven't seen the in the back since the one down in the Wheaton box earlier, so perhaps she had a quiet word with a couple of the players, said something that got their attention, and it slowed down. That was the only thing that had bothered me early, so outside of that, let them play. Let the players decide it. Brandt gets the return pass right in the middle of the field, dribbling in, one defender there, shot from distance, goes just wide.
That's what we want to see from Brandt. Excellent move, great movement of Messiah down the middle of Wheaton's defense. Brandt took she probably didn't need to do the juke move. She had plenty of room there. Another touch would have been nice, but that's what I want to see from her. Last time she tried to dribble it all the way into the goal area. This time she rips the shot off, not where she wanted it to go, but very pleased with that attack.
Jennifer Lee about to come in, junior from St. Charles, Illinois, replacing I believe that was Strom who went to the bench. So 10:40 left to play in our first half, 1-1.
So interesting change out there. They replaced a defender on the Wheaton side. Perhaps they're noticing that Wingard's getting a little bit of a run there on their back left line there. They got to keep that fresh defense if they're going to hold off Messiah throughout this in the second half.
And that pass a little too strong, goes over the goal line for a goal kick. And really, like you said, there's been this lull for about 10 minutes now, just an occasional good attack, but not much going on. Really, the teams clearly very evenly matched, both with some fairly similar philosophies. So I think you could see this game be tied or one goal pretty much all the way. I'd be surprised if anything different happens.
Well, certainly they'll make adjustments second half. Right now they seem to be content to a draw, but the coaches are going to go in and look for some different strategies for them to attack each other. They're going to look at the personnel. The fact that Gren Wolf is out for Messiah is going to change up their philosophy. But right now they're content with a 1-1 tie. But as I mentioned, I don't think Wheaton is utilizing Orweiler enough. They're not getting her involved, and as a result, their offensive output has dropped significantly from yesterday.
Brandt tried to slip the through ball through, but once again, Orweiler, who this time was not guarding Brandt, able to tip the ball away. Messiah does keep possession. That's Rogers with it, isolated against Kashunas. Now her centering pass goes to Scott. Scott gets past one defender, slips the ball up the middle to Hinch. Gets it out wide, and now a long pass ahead for Brandt. Brandt well covered. Oh, beautiful little pass down the line for Wingard. Centering pass headed away by the defense. Oh, beautiful play. That could have been a goal-scoring opportunity. Now, shot from distance. It goes all the way over to Wingard on the near sideline. Gets it into Brandt. Brandt, that little spin move she's so good at. It's deflected away, and Scheibler goes down as there was contact as the ball was tackled away. And Messiah keeping possession. They'll have to reset from up near midfield.
Wheaton coaches screaming for a foul right in front of their bench on the sideline there, but the center referee shakes her head. We're playing.
Dribbling into the box. Now out. And a shot across the box over the line.
Finally, a little bit of offense there from Messiah. They're doing what we said was a key to the game, stretch out that Wheaton defense, and they're underutilizing this right side. Wingard is a force. She's got speed. She took it wide, sent it right across the goal, came very close to being put in by Clapper, but they're going to need more of those types of stretching plays to really challenge this Wheaton defense.
I can really see the teams ready for halftime right now. You're seeing a lot of hands on the knees. This has been a physical, back and forth first half. I think as much mentally exhausting as physically. I think they're ready for that 15-minute break. Absolutely. Right now. Here comes the attack again. That's Federline as it tipped away, and Wheaton gets it right back. Clapper dribbling towards the middle. Centering pass. She was trying to find Brandt, but let her too much. It's cleared away, and Messiah will keep possession.
Yeah, 7 minutes left to go here. Messiah seems to be firmly in control, looking to try and add a goal here before halftime.
Brandt gets it up ahead for Federline, and Federline's little spinning pass looking for Wingard. Too hard, and it goes over the goal line for a goal kick.
Yeah, they don't need to go over top here. She should keep it on the ground. Wingard's got enough speed to beat the outside defender Lee there, so keep it on the ground for her. Let her run it down the line, see if she can take Lee one-on-one, and then send it across to a streaking Hinch or Scheibler.
Battle for the ball at midfield. Coming away with it is Scott. She sends it back to Phillips, who'll reset the offense. Oh, good aggressive play there. That time it was Esther Tan. Slips the ball down the line for Seabolt. Seabolt has it shouldered away from the ball as she gets it back and tries to drop it off for Tan, but a great defensive play by Clapper coming all the way back to force the throw-in.
And even before that, the one-on-one with Annie Trapp and Seabolt. Trapp is just having a tremendous game out there. There is nothing doing on that right side attack by the Wheaton because Trapp is coming over, using her body, and just keeping the attackers at bay.
Centering pass headed on by Orwell, and dropping the ball there was Riley. Woo!
Wow, Orweiler put a dangerous header in play. Number 4, Caitlin Kishkunis came in trying to get an opportunity to assist on another goal, and Riley just came off her line a little bit delayed and almost had a miscue there. She's got to get much more aggressive. She's got such a great season so far, really only 4 goals scored total on the team. She really needs to get a little bit more aggressive, be able to come off her line and push that ball out. They'll pop another one over her head.
One of the problems that I've seen is we have an attack coming back from Wingard. Cross to the middle. Clear almost into her own goal. Woo! Yeah,
that was a very close one there by Lily. She was trying to clear the ball and was only maybe a yard off of putting it past keeper Autumn Riley. But again, that's when you're going wide, bringing the ball back in. When you do that in that situation, you're stretching that defense out, and any number of midfielders or attackers can come in. But Lily was lucky.
And it was a beautiful cross on that play, absolutely gorgeous. Centering pass, headed on.
Good call by the referee, pushing it back there
yep.
by the Messiah defense, and she was in great position to make that call. That was
it might have actually been more than one push, as there's a couple of defenders, let's say, feeling out the shoulder of their opposing players.
Absolutely.
And what I was going to say before that last attack, one of the potential pitfalls of being as dominating a team as Messiah is, as Wheaton is it's very easy to not really be prepared for when you're tested. They talk about, you don't want to be undefeated. You want to have that one loss. As coming in is Brandt. Brandt kind of lobs it in, and an easy play for Graham. And neither of these teams have really been tested much this year. You look at Messiah, 7-0, 4-0, 5-0, 9-0, 6-0, 6-0, 10-0. You're not being pushed in those games. You're probably only giving up a couple of shots.
Yeah, and that's where we really see whether or not they're a championship team, is when you're down a goal or you've had adversity or you lose your number 1 goal scorer early in the match, how are you going to respond? So far, Messiah, I've been very pleased with how they've responded. They've stepped up, even have a hinge out of the game right now, relying on Scheibler and Wingard. But Wheaton's doing well, and their defense is holding. Other than a few opportunities, they really have done a good job against this high-powered Messiah offense. And now they got a good opportunity here to put the ball close in with only 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and the push on Orweiler gives the free kick to Wheaton. Here comes Kishunis' kick. And it's headed out immediately by Gorman. And now pushed towards the sideline by Federline. And it's a 2-on-4 break. It goes in the middle for Scheibler. Scheibler out to the wide outside for Wingard again. Wingard, can she track it down? Just barely keeps it in play. 1-on-1 with Lee. Going towards the goal line. The cross to the middle. Headed away and now going to be cleared out by Wheaton. Good defensive play right there.
Nice defense by Esther Tan. She was an offensive force yesterday. Today she's playing good defense in the back. Shannon sends it far side for Maida. Maida all the way out to Turner. Turner centering pass, looking for Scheibler. Was blocked away, but Messiah keeping possession. Some sloppy play here by the Wheaton defense. They got to tighten this up, get the ball out, start passing it, or they might get. Wow, foul there. Okay, very good. That was what needed to be. And Orweiler is a target player. You can't allow those kind of slide tackles to go unpunished. Yeah, just sloppy play there by Olivia Scott. She knew it. She nodded her head and ran straight away. That exchange there was a little bit more testy than I'm sure what Wheaton wanted for the last attack here by Messiah. They just got to take their time, calm down. Only 2 minutes left. No reason to give up a foolish goal. And both teams, like I say, a little sloppy right now at the end of the half. They could really use that little recharge they get from the halftime break. Wheaton resetting the offense. Goes back to Libador. Long kick over midfield, immediately booted back and into the Wheaton bench for a throw-in. It'll be interesting to see if Messiah coach Scott Fry sticks with Wingard on the outside and Scheibler on the inside, bringing obviously Hinch back in for the second half. That combination's worked really well as they've discovered her. She's been able to make 4 crosses to streaking players, one of which resulted in a goal. So I like that combination. Wheaton's having a real difficulty stopping their back left line, have a difficulty stopping that attack by Wingard. We'll see if Coach Fry sticks with that for the second half. So a minute left to play. Messiah
maybe their last opportunity to attack. Scheibler sending it down the line once again for Wingard. Wingard isolated against Lee. Sends it up the line for Federline. Back to Wingard, and it's tapped out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in and another good defensive play. We've seen it a lot from Lee, and she's the one who's drawn the assignment the most.
Yeah, great play by Lee there. Poked the ball out of bounds to stop Wingard's attack.
25 seconds left as the ball's cleared up towards midfield, and maybe a chance for Wheaton for a late attack. There's Disher along the sideline, out of bounds.
Annie Trapp, once again, not allowing Disher to even come close to her goal. Stepping up, getting a body on the player and kicking it right out of bounds, and they ended up with possession.
Throw sent up the line, cleared out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half of play, which has certainly lived up to expectations. 1-1, we're tied at the end of one period of play, and obviously, Brian, if you're both coaches, you've got good things, you got bad things. You got things you want to work on, you got things that you can say, hey, this worked, let's keep doing that. I mean, for me, what I'm seeing right here is both teams are kind of in a little bit of a wait-and-see mode. They're not really, attack first, defend second. It's really defend first, and then if it looks like we've got it now, let's push.
Well, what we saw in the first half was what we were expecting. Very measured defensive and tactical play. Wheaton came out, did what they needed to do. They got a goal early, built up a lead, and then they kept charging in defensive mode. We've seen Orweiler hold back, play a holding defensive midfielder, which is very different than the attacking distributive midfielder she was yesterday. So Wheaton really playing conservative, knowing Messiah can bring offense. Messiah, on the other hand, got caught off guard there with a little bit of a miscue and an early goal, but answered right back. Even though they lost their top goal scorer in Corinne Wolf, they maintained the attack, and for the last 15 minutes they really dominated possession and really changed the momentum of this game. We'll see how the second half rolls out. You got two outstanding coaches with a long history of success here. We'll see how they do in the second half, what kind of adjustments they make to offset the two different attacks by the teams.
And the stats really speak to what you were talking about there. Total of 6 shots, 3 for each team. Just 4 fouls, surprisingly, all 4 called against Messiah. 2 corner kicks each. Really, you had a pair of goals in the first 15 minutes of the game, then you had 30 minutes of the teams trying to figure out what they wanted to do next. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just, I think both teams kind of caught off guard by those goals. It really kind of snapped them up, and you're seeing two teams that are kind of adjusting their philosophies on the fly because of that.
Well, if Wheaton's going to be successful here against Messiah obviously was grinding them down at the end of the first half, maintaining possession and controlling the hold of the ball there. It's going to have to be Orweiler. Orweiler's got to step up, got to become more of an attacking midfielder if Wheaton's going to get some more offense.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here for halftime. All tied up at 1 apiece in the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship game. We'll be back on NCAA.com. little hard on the touch, lost the ball, and otherwise she had a pretty good run at the goal. Oh, beautiful pass there from Brandt.
Look at this speed from Wingard.
Yes, Wingard streaking in, and good clear out of bounds. That's a smart play.
Yeah, just all kinds of speed there by Wingard on the outside. They need to continue to get that ball to her. And guess who was trailing her for the finish? Was Hinch. She got the ball a little bit too wide in that situation, but Wheaton's got to find an answer to stop Wingard on the outside. She's just running all over him.
I mean, you see the speed. She really put it into fifth gear when she had that run going down the line. And quickly coming back, that's Scheibler. Gets it to Brandt. Brandt, the little Energizer Bunny, as we called her yesterday. She just is all over the place. Great little spin moves, very athletic.
Nice defensive play there in the back line by Wheaton, stopping that inside attack there that Hinch was starting.
And that one deflected back into Messiah territory. They'll keep possession.
And it looks like Wheaton put Erin Strom back there on the left back to defend against Wingard. She had some good success early. She was substituted out for Jennifer Lee, but Strom's back in there. We'll see how she does.
Long pass sent ahead by Phillips. Cleared out towards the far sideline. Messiah controlling, dribbling back in. Was Rogers, gets ahead to Hench. And that's deflected into the box. Oh, good play defensively by Lee to clear it out. However, Messiah still with possession. And now it's their turn to apply a little offensive pressure right now. It's about 3 straight runs to the goal and a good tackle. And actually taking the worst of it was Lily. She's still down. But Brandt pops right up, and the ball cleared out of bounds.
Not only is Brandt an offensive force, she's clearly a physical one as well. Lily standing at 5'8". Brandt can't be more than 5'5". Just taking the big girl down and was able to stand up. And a good, clean tackle there, but she's not afraid to get dirty either. As in dirt, not a dirty player. Get some dirt on her jersey, I should say.
Messiah with control. Just 7 minutes played here in our second half. Wingard slips it through to Scheibler. Scheibler in the box, stops. It's deflected away by Shannon, and that's going to be a goal kick. Good defense again.
Yeah, nice stop there by Wheaton. They are not allowing Messiah to do the build-ups that they were doing in the end of the first half there. Defensive side, that left side's being tested strongly there by Erin Strom. She's really getting pushed, as well as number 7, Laura Karsten, but they're standing up to the challenge.
You're really seeing those some good runs to the goal by Scheibler, by Wingard. I mean, eventually they keep doing that. Some good things are going to happen for them. Battle for the ball. Messiah keeps control, but a poor centering pass, and here comes Orweiler. Orweiler up the middle. It's a 3-on-3 break. See if she has the speed to get past Trapp. Into the box. Shot into the side of the net. Just a tough angle, especially with the defender Trapp there guarding her. And we talked about Trapp on more than a couple of occasions in the first half. That time able to keep up, or at least keep the angle poor for Orweiler heading towards the goal.
Standard defense, you may not have the speed to stop a fast player like Orweiler, but what you got to do is direct them as far to the left or right of the goal as possible so that they really have no angle for a shot. In that instance, obviously Orweiler, with her speed and ability, could have stopped the ball, pulled it back, maybe brought it, but she was going for broke there.
Sarah Gadara and Anna Turner into the game.
Yeah, another defensive switch back there. Wheaton coach is cognizant of that Messiah attack, trying to put as many bodies back there as she can with fresh legs so Messiah can't get on track.
Ball chipped up towards the penalty area. There is Gadara. But Messiah walking away with it, and it's now cleared out of bounds. It'll be the Wheaton throw-in. And both teams really applying. I was very interested to see if you'd see more of an offensive feel to this second half, and we really have. You've seen both teams attacking, taking some risks. I think it's clear neither team wants to go to overtime. They want to settle this in regulation, and right now you really got to feel like somebody's going to eventually break through.
Absolutely. I like to see that Orweiler's on the attacking. You can see Wheaton's got much more dynamic, much more opportunities being presented when she's involved in the offense. They certainly are opening it up. Of course, that leaves some gaps there on defense. She was doing such a good job against Brandt, but it's making Wheaton much more of a threat to this Messiah defense that really hadn't been tested too much.
Orweiler, the long touch ahead. Can she get to it before Trapp does? No, and a hard foul there by Trapp. Went into the back of the legs.
I don't know. That tough call there by Trapp. It looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Trapp just happens to be a little bit bigger than Orweiler, but hey, when you hit shoulder-to-shoulder contact standing up, despite the size difference, that's a legal challenge. I'm not sure I agree with the referee making that call right outside the box. This is a dangerous position here. These players at this level can easily get that ball in.
And the hard part to me was when Trapp fell on her more than the actual shoulder-to-shoulder, because a little slow getting up was Orweiler. The kick sent into the box, headed away immediately by the Messiah defense. Collecting it up top is Strom. She'll send it back, and now cleared in by Lee. Into the box. Not a great touch by Shannon. Now she crosses it through. Almost put enough of a bend on it that it caught the back post. Orweiler in the area, but no chance to make a play on it. But that was a really tough angle, and she made it dangerous.
Talk about dangerous play there. Just a beautiful little dip over the keeper there. Carrie Shannon thinking he had basically no angle on goal and almost bent it in there. Those are the kind of goals that Wheaton needs to look for to try and get past this strong Messiah defense. But really nice little play there by Carrie Shannon.
Throw in for Wheaton. Goes into Orweiler. Orweiler punches it up in the air, and then the steal by Messiah. And deflected down into the corner over the line for a goal kick. And now it looks to me like Brandt is drifting back a little bit to be a little bit more defensive against Orweiler. She was guarding her last time, and that I think you're seeing a reverse of what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Messiah went in and said, hey, we need to defend against Orweiler. They're going to have to unleash her in the second half, and the coach said, we need to unleash her in the second half against Brandt there. So, yeah, you're seeing a little bit of a change here, and we'll see how it turns out for Messiah. Brandt has been a real strong part of their offense, so we really want to try and get her involved there if you're a Messiah fan.
It's such a trade-off. These two players, both of them are such tremendous athletes. Speaking of which, there's Orweiler collecting the ball off the clearance, gets it out to Lee.
She's got some numbers.
It's deflected up in the air and now cleared away. And now up towards midfield. But they're both such great defensive players and offensive players because they're such great athletes that you have to sacrifice something on one end or the other to have them focus in.
Well, who would have known watching yesterday's games, both Brandt and Orweiler, offensive forces for their team, and at least for the Messiah game, a defensive battle. But Brandt was the sole goal scorer there. In this game, we're seeing the versatility of these players. That just shows what you get at this championship level. You got players that can play multiple positions, inside, on the outside, as well as attacking or defending midfielders. It's just great soccer.
And a little bit of a battle there. Yeah, there's the late foul call. That's a good call as Kelsey Gorman being harassed more than just a little bit by Allie Kopelman, and the foul call resulting. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first foul call against Wheaton in the game. 6-1 in foul count.
Well, it was what we talked about at the top of the games. Messiah's got to get physical against this faster Wheaton team, and they certainly have done it in terms of fouls.
Oh, look at that. You saw the streaking Orweiler, but the pass, it deflected before it got to her. Now Messiah looking to try and turn this into a counterattack. Here's Brandt. All kinds of space, dribbling up the middle of the field. Her touch was a little bit weak, and she just kind of had to punch it forward. That really just killed the attack right there, and now it's Wheaton's turn to try and advance.
Yeah, definitely. Brandt had all kinds of real estate there, had a streaking Hinch coming in. Scheibler supporting her on the side, just touched it a little bit too far, and Wheaton defense just gobbled it right up.
And that can be one of the areas where you talk about the field conditions being a little overly wet, where you got to measure just how far to kick it in. It can be a little bit harder when you've got a wet field, a little soft in some places, not so much in others.
Yeah, definitely got to make adjustments there, but in that instance, I think she just had a poor touch.
There's Brandt with the ball off the deflection. stops, does that little spin move she does so well. She can just stop on a dime.
Absolutely. She's got amazing agility on the inside and just real good stalker skills. Good whistle there.
Yeah.
Just a little too aggressive by Scheibler on Woolweiler.
Simple foul, simple trip, and Scheibler, no complaints on the foul. The ball deflected up in the air. And nice play right there by Hinch. Heading it over to Wolf. Wolf isolated against Lee. Shot from distance right into the arms of Kelsey Graham.
And you notice right away Wolf grabs that right shoulder. She is in serious pain there. It's clear she's trying to play through some kind of sprain or dislocation.
See the arm. She's trying to keep that arm as immobilized as possible. It's clear any movement, even without contact, is bothering her.
What a tremendous competitor, though. Even with that kind of pain, was able to collect the pass from Hinch, turn around and rip a shot that easily could have bounced off goalkeeper Graham there. But yeah, what a competitor. She's putting on a display here despite the pain.
Here we go. That's Fry sending the ball up the middle to Hinch. Hinch out wide, and a little miscommunication. And now recollecting it is Messiah. A little spin move there by Hinch. Into the box. Shot is saved. Shot again. Into the goal!
Well, Aaron Hinch just hit the hammer down on the nail. She was not going to be denied there. Nice, beautiful inside to out move in the box. Completely confounded the Wheaton defense. One-on-one with her and goalkeeper Kelsey Graham.
Great save initially.
Yeah, beautiful save. But, when it bounces right back to the 2009 NCAA Player of the Year, she's not going to make that same mistake twice. Puts it right on the turf and into the goal.
And you'll see it again. She got the good run into the box. Hard shot. You can't ask Graham to do any more than deflect that. And then the defense not in position. Graham is almost by herself there, and then just the easy putback for Hinch. It certainly made it look easy, to be certain.
Tough goal there. Liebedor, you notice right on the second shot, jumped up. She left her feet because the keeper was out of position. She was expecting a high shot for Hinch. Hinch, knowing being here before, goes low. Most players will jump in those kinds of situations, and she got right underneath the defender and scored a goal here. So now we got a 2-1 game. We'll see. It's going to have to get much more creative, much more aggressive here by Wheaton because Messiah is able to shut you down.
14 goals now this season for Hinch, and right into the goal. Oh, just poor touch. And then the shot. Oh, wow, that was a great shot right there by Seabolt. It was left too far behind, I thought, off the pass, but she was able to just one-touch it and barely tipped over.
Jamie Orweiler leading that attack, passing it off to Gadara. Gadara a little too selfishly, again, trying to get it over to Seabolt. She probably would have served better putting it across the mouth of the goal, but wow, that was close.
Corner kick taken by Kashunas, gives it off to Orweiler, sending the pass outside the penalty area, and that really just kind of killed that attack right there as it's punched down. It'll be a throw-in for Wheaton.
They'll keep possession here and keep on the attack. They've got to equalize.
Goes to Orweiler, but she was marked by two players, then it's cleared up to midfield, and back on the counterattack comes Seabolt, and Messiah goes to Brandt. Brandt, cross-field pass, but too far ahead of Wolf. Messiah keeping possession, and they would love to just hold on to the ball. They don't even need to take shots at this point.
But they know that this Wheaton attack is strong. They've certainly been able to put up goals against really superior teams this season. So Messiah's not going to rest on their laurels. They're going to continue to be aggressive. They're going to try and send streaking players in to try and maybe get a 2-goal lead here that will hold this Wheaton offense off.
Scheibler leaves it for Brandt. Back to Scheibler, driving in. Two defenders there, and they get the steal. Karsten will clear it out to midfield and right to Gadara. Gadara battling against her opposite number, Gorman, and Gorman says, I'll just leave it back to my goalkeeper and let it put it up to midfield. Nice, smart play right there. Or, why take the chance? There might be a steal.
And there's Hinch and Brandt continuing the attack, a streaking.
Beautiful pass by Brandt, and forcing the throw in the corner kick as she got it to Wingard, and Wingard well defended, but still able to force the corner kick. And she went in, and she is just so dangerous.
Yeah, first time we see Wingard here in the second half of the attack, and sure enough ends up in a corner. But it looks like Coach Fry is going to pull off Corinne Wolf. She did a great job, generated the kind of threat on the outside there that was allowed to spring a goal. But what a great effort, Class act trying to fight through that bad shoulder injury.
Clapper coming in for Wolf, and that was a great corner kick. Having to come out and punch it out was Graham. Messiah keeping possession. That's Shirk sending it out wide. And now Brandt colliding with Orweiler, keeps possession, dribbling in, still going. 3 defenders pulled into her. She just draws such a crowd to her, and it really opens up opportunities for her teammates, but there was just nobody close enough for her to get it to.
And Orweiler shadowing her that time.
Up the line it goes to Hinch. Hinch stops. Gets past one, and down in the box, that's Scheibler. Contact well away from the ball, and now the ball cleared away. I'm really surprised the whistle hasn't stopped for her being down because the ball went right next to her. Now a shot from distance. There is Graham, and now we're going to have the whistle to stop play because Scheibler still has been unable to get up. I just thought at some point when the ball was passed right over her that play would stop. But no, I'm not questioning the referee on that one, but you just don't know what's going on with Scheibler when she's been unable to get up. It looks like it might be the lower leg or ankle.
And not a good sign for Messiah, losing their #1 goal scorer and now losing one of their top distributors in Scheibler. This could be a difficult one for them to overcome. Not only is she a strong attacker, she's a good defensive presence, standing so tall out there for the team. She's certainly produced some really great plays for the team this year. So hopefully she's okay and will be able to come back. But seeing her down on the turf is not good for that Messiah offense because she's been such an integral part, playing so well off Aaron Hinch.
You can tell maybe the humidity playing a factor there, as almost all the Messiah players went over next to their bench getting water, getting Gatorade. I mean, it's a humid day out there. The temperature's not very high, but the humidity is.
Yeah, and this South Texas heat along, it's going to get up in around 75 today with the heat and humidity from the rain last night. That certainly can wear on the players. But now Messiah down 2 attackers, so Wheaton's got some opportunities here.
Hannah Whalen into the game for Scheibler. We'll see how that affects them. Really, the only players you can see losing that would be a bigger loss for Messiah would be Brandt. And here we go. Send it up the line to Hinch. Centering pass, no one home, and it's cleared away. Beautiful pass, just not enough support on that one. Long pass ahead, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Messiah.
Messiah continue to control possession here despite the loss of 2 of their top players to injury. They're doing their best to keep this Wheaton attack at bay, and we haven't heard from Orweiler in a while. They need to start making some stronger attacks, sending up some defenders to try and get some room.
They've pushed her back. She's now in more of a defensive midfield role as opposed to the attacking that we saw earlier this half, and I'm a little disappointed to see that, though she's bringing it up now, being guarded by Brandt as she goes. Still going. Centering pass deflected away, still controlled by Wheaton. It goes to Gadara. Not Gadara, that's Compliment, and that Compliment will force the throw-in, and we're going to have a couple of subs coming in for Wheaton.
Yeah, Wheaton definitely on the attack here. I'm hoping that Orweiler will continue her offensive move here. It looks like
it's going to be number 13, Esther Tan, coming back in.
Good move there by Coach Felsky. Esther Tan was a big factor in their win yesterday. She's got speed and defensive ability, but she adds a real strong outside threat. Was a good distributor from the outside yesterday.
Disher also coming back in. She was a sub in the first half as the throw-in goes over the goal line for a goal kick. As we're closing in on the midway mark of our second half of play, Messiah with that 1-goal advantage, but really you just got to think between the humidity and the injuries, they're really having some struggles right now. I mean, they're still generating a lot of offense, but you got to think the latter stages of this game, it's going to be interesting to see how physically they're going to be able to hold up.
Well, Messiah did sub out. They got Wingard out right now. The only main starters, Brandt and Hinch, in terms of offense here. So they're trying to give their stars a rest, knowing that they got 2 defenders that are injured and out. It looks like the coach will try it for a little while here to give them a break, bring them in for the last 15 minutes here to make a strong push. And right now, this is when Wheaton's got to take advantage.
Absolutely. They've got all of their best players on. They've got to find a way to get this game tied. At the very least, send it to overtime.
It looks as if Wheaton went ahead and changed out, brought Jennifer Lee on that back line to replace Erin Strom. They're a 1-2 punch back there. They really need to come up big for Wheaton today to prevent any more goals.
Battle for the ball near midfield, and finally Grant coming away with it. Coming in hard and fast. Oh, beautiful pass out on the wing. The centering pass. Headed on. Goal! Yes.
Wow.
Number 24, Hannah Whalen, took the centering pass and just headed it into the corner. Graham was there, but nothing she could do.
Yeah, absolutely. Great build-up. That's the kind of clockwork orange, if you will, play by Messiah. Brandt brings the ball up. Hinch is wide open on the outside. The defender, Lee's got to commit to Hinch. She doesn't. Hinch has a wide open shot. Sends it to the middle, really untouched.
And again, just a beautiful pass you're going to see right here.
And there's Erin Hinch. She serves the ball right in the most dangerous spot.
And look at that. That's the perfect spot. You saw Graham about 5 yards off her line in good position to make a save. But, I mean, when you place the ball that well, there's nothing you can do. And that header was just gorgeous by Wayland right now. And a 2-goal advantage, that is huge.
Really big in women's soccer. Very difficult to get 3 goals here, much less 2 to tie it up, especially against a team as strong as Messiah.
And a miscue there. Wayland with the centering pass, and it put on goal by Clapper, nearly making a 4-1. She had a good look. If the defensive play wasn't made there by Tan to make that shot a lot harder than it could have been, we're looking at a 4-1 game, and you're already talking about etching the trophy with the name of Messiah College on it.
Yeah, Wheaton a little bit on their heels here, reeling from that last goal. They didn't want to give up such a seemingly easy one. They really got to regroup here. They got to get Jamie Orweiler involved, get her talking to her teammates, getting them motivated so that they can try and come back, at least get one here in the next few minutes so that they can push for the last one over the last part of the half. But Wheaton just confounded by this Messiah attack, unable to stop him here in the second half, and they're really they're on their last throws here. They got to be pushing and sending everybody up they can to try and get within one.
No matter how dangerous it is, you're just at the point where you have no choice. You know, this is it. You know, it's the do or die. You know, we talk about it. This is it for the season. They are strong enough. They are offensively skilled enough that they can do this. Now they've got to go out and do it.
Looks like a little substitution here. We're not quite sure what the confusion is. Number 3's coming on here for Wheaton, Shelby Anthony.
You can see Lee with maybe blown out her nose. Maybe there's some blood involved there.
Could be blood. NCAA rules, any kind of blood on the shirt, on the body, whether it's from you or another player, you've got to come off the field, get that cleaned up. You're not charged a substitution, so this will still be the first. She'll still be able to come back in if she goes out again, but they got to get her off the field for safety purposes.
And now the counterattack, Wheaton trying to get it. Going, Tan lobs the ball high into the penalty. Slipping through, almost. Disher was there, but just a superior defensive play.
What a nice leave there by Sarah Gadera, recognizing that Disher was streaking in, pretending she was going to head, letting it go. Might even caught Disher off guard because Disher wasn't able to get a foot on it, but that's some real pretty soccer.
Brandt with the steal again. She's been very active, not as much in the second half. An advantage given, and here we go, 3-on-2 break for Messiah, leaving it out on the wing. It goes to Shirk, and not able to put it on frame.
And that's the difference that Wingard brings. Wingard on the outside, or even Hinch streaking, is going to make a big difference there. 3-on-2 advantage. Would have been the nail in the coffin. Would have certainly ended this championship game with a 3-goal advantage. And unfortunately, Wayland wasn't able to serve the ball properly, and Shirk just ran out of real estate and had to kick it out of bounds.
Brandt and Orweiler matched up. Orweiler coming with the victory on that one as it was turned over. However, Messiah getting it right back. 19 minutes, 10 seconds left in regulation. 3-1 Messiah. And I think we're at the point where we're going to start seeing some desperation. You might see a little bit, pushing a little bit harder, maybe taking some chances in terms of aggressive play simply because they have no choice now. You know, we already know they're going to push the defense up. Good defense here, strong matchup. I like seeing Hinch against the big captain back there for
Wheaton, Laura Karsten. So far, Hinch has gotten the better hand on scoring a goal, assisting on another. But a good defensive matchup there. Yep, Wheaton's, they're in desperation mode. They're going to have to push forward and get really creative. But one of the things I'm not seeing once again is Orweiler. She played a part in the first 10 minutes of the half, but has been relatively quiet here, focusing on Brandt. And they need to be focusing on her and her offensive threat, not her playing defense.
And again, I think since she started, they had her float back a little. It's a different impact on the game. Yes, she has limited Brandt severely, but committing that energy to Brandt is limiting what she's able to do to contribute to the offensive end. They need to push her up and let her do what she does best.
Coming on, Federline and Fry for Messiah, getting some fresh legs in there to try and grind Wheaton down to run out the clock.
And there's Brandt and Orweiler going at it again. Brandt temporarily winning that one, but the ball deflects out, and Wheaton with the attack up the line, and just a poor pass by Kashunas. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Messiah. Goes straight to Brandt once again. Back to Kashunas. Her centering pass, bad pass, and an easy steal for Wheaton. Long trailing player 10 coming in, and another good defensive play right there. Elizabeth Phillips able to force the throw-in, just absolutely killing the momentum. It feels like every time that they get going, something like that happens.
Wow, strong foul in the back. The referee makes a good advantage call, allowing Messiah to play. Number 3 had come in there, Shelby Anthony, but Messiah fighting right through it.
Through ball to Federline, centering pass, shot goes high. And that was Alicia Fry, was looking at a wide open net and just pushed it high.
What a better gift to give your dad on Father's Day than a goal in a championship game. Fry, the daughter of head coach Scott Fry, would have loved to seen his girl score a goal here in the championship game. But again, Messiah just exposing Wheaton's weaknesses, able to stretch the defense out, send it to the middle, and get shots. That's what we talked about as one of the keys for them. They're following the playbook, and they're having some serious success.
Orweiler with the ball and going down. Easy foul. Now that's a good call. It was more than just shoulder to shoulder. The arms got extended into the body. As soon as you do that, that isn't shoulder to shoulder.
Well, the referee, too, recognizes that Orweiler is the offensive force on this team. She's going to protect her and make sure that she stays in the game. Teams will target the number 1 player to try and get him knocked out, and the referee's not going to allow that.
But again, another good defensive play by Messiah. They've really buckled down late in this game, limiting the opportunities. Coming back into the game for Wheaton is Kristen Clark, and I believe it's number 21, Allie Rogers, back in for Messiah.
And Messiah swapping out that back line, bringing in and out defensive midfielders, trying to get as fresh legs as possible. Hinch is off the field now. Brandt's the only strong offensive force in there. They've gone to a very strong defensive set here to try and really slow Wheaton down, cut out the effectiveness of Orweiler, and keep them from getting any kind of goals that will erase this deficit.
Speaking of Orweiler, she picks up the loose ball, driving in, finds the streaking Siebel. Centering pass is deflected, and then Orweiler is able to keep it in play for Wheaton before it's cleared out.
You know, and Gadara is capable of such great ideas. I've seen 3 plays so far of her. The leave on the header, the nice leave behind there on the outside, and an earlier sweeping attack. She's got such skills that just
slipping down. Alicia Fry taking advantage. It's deflected out on the wing. Federline coming in. Leaves it for Fry and just left it behind her too much. If that one's on pace, that there's no question it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, a nice breakaway, and this is what happens when you're in desperation mode.
Federline's cross is deflected. It goes right to Clapper. Shot! And it's deflected out of bounds by Graham, and it'll be another corner kick.
Beautiful save by Graham. That was a rocket shot right at the top crossbar there. She bumped it right over the top to ensure that it didn't go in the net. But, you know, you give Messiah those kind of shots with 18 yards or less out, they're going to typically put them in the back of the net. But Wheaton, they're doing what they need to do to score. They're sending it up, but they got to be ready for that counterattack from Messiah.
And Elizabeth Phillips taking the corner, sends it across, and then trying to take a shot was Fry, but completely off balance and just gets underneath it and pops it over the crossbar for a goal kick. More substitutions both ways. Got number 2, Allie Kopelman, back in for Wheaton for the stretch run.
And it looks like Corinne Wolf is back in for Messiah. I'm surprised at that move, given her injury, maybe with a 2-goal lead. Coach is looking to get her in there, but she certainly is playing in pain, so maybe he wants to try and get her a goal.
And I don't know if Wheaton at this point is just pressing or what, but I'm seeing a lot of just, shanked passes. You get in a position and then allowing the defense to make the play. It's getting late, and I think it's really starting to show right now. I think the mental part of the game is really coming into play, and with that 2-goal lead, it's a lot easier for Messiah to master the mental game than it is for Wheaton.
Yeah, this is where Wheaton really needs these seniors to step up. Let the younger players know they can erase this deficit. They can score. They've been able to score against this Messiah defense, so they've got to step up. Orweiler obviously needs to be the key, letting her teammates know, hey, we're still in this. There's still 12 minutes, plenty of time left to get a couple goals in. They just got to have a sense of urgency.
Well, and I think you get one goal, and then that changes everything, because then you're just one play away from tying it up. But they haven't had a really good opportunity in a while. The majority of the offensive thrust has been on their defensive end versus the Messiah end of the field.
Well, and you take a look here. They're in their defensive third. They're getting a throw in, and nobody's moving. So Wheaton clearly seems to be a little bit demoralized. They need a strong attack. I almost thought there was a foul there. They need a strong attack here to spark them, to get some blood pumping in those veins.
Orweiler's pass all off the heel, unlucky right there.
And there's that matchup, Brandt and Orweiler.
And Orweiler able to punch it ahead, but nobody home. And it's going to be cleared up the line. It goes to Federline. Federline leaves it out near side for Clapper. Clapper isolated against Tan. Dribbling, gets past Tan. Her cross into the box, cleared away.
Beautiful, beautiful moves there by number 3, Mackenzie Clapper, just stepping over, then back in, then centering it right in the box. She didn't have any teammates there to help her, unfortunately, but just a beautiful little move over the ball.
And going to be a goal kick.
And you can see the referee talking to Orweiler. She was a little physical there outside the box, decided to let the play continue based on how she's been calling the game, but didn't let her get by without saying, hey, we're not going to allow that. I don't care what kind of lead the other team has or how upset you are, but you better be careful on those kind of challenges right outside the box.
Here comes the goal kick, under 11 minutes left in regulation, 3-1 in favor of Messiah over Wheaton. And Orweiler with the steal. Gets it going back the other way. Long pass in ahead for Seabolt. Seabolt isolated against Gorman. And Gorman, great defensive play. Just took it away from her and sent it back up to midfield. Wheaton keeping possession. No, now there's the steal. And guess what? It's Brandt again, really making things happen for Messiah.
You know, Brandt just won't go away. She has boundless energy, continues to drive this offense, even when she's missing both Hinch and Scheibler in the middle there. She just won't go away. She's determined to make sure Wheaton has no chance to equalize, and she's going to keep driving them and pushing them, try and drain them of energy so that the game is all but decided.
Battle for the ball. Popped up in the air, and it's going to be a Wheaton throw-in. Under 10 minutes left.
Let's see if Orweiler will step up, try and collect this ball and move it forward. I like to see I find a little bit more movement on these throw-ins.
And winning the throw is Elizabeth Phillips. And it'll be Messiah able to milk the clock a little more and maybe even put together an attack. Dribbling up his Federline. Her pass deflected, however, Messiah able to keep possession. They just have more energy right now.
Absolutely. You can see Orweiler's exhausted. She's given everything she can. Number 14 back there, Lily, who's had such a great first half. They're really, really gassing it here, trying to put something together to rally this team, but it's difficult. Messiah's just got too many strong players, too much physical ability in there, and the goals certainly differentials make difference. But here they come on the other side.
2-on-2 break. That's Seabolt again. Sending it up, looking for Kopelman. Kopelman up the line and cleared out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. But again, every time they get what looks like a good chance to attack, defender steps up, a shank, it's just got to be demoralizing to them every time they have what looks like an opportunity to see it dissolve so quickly. It goes into Kopelman, deflected, and now it's going to be cleared away.
And, Orwell didn't even make a run up close in there to provide support. She's worried about guess who, Brandt. And here comes Fry with a lot of fresh legs and speed here. Up the middle of the field, tries to leave it off for her teammates streaking down the field fender line, but no dice there, and it'll be an easy pickup for Graham, who will punch it away. Well, with only 8 minutes remaining, Messiah certainly marching their way towards yet another championship here. Wheaton on the last throws, they really got to start sending up attackers, maybe even try some long balls and use speed. Trap in the back is going to do her best for Messiah to try and put a stop to it, but Wheaton's got to take some real strong desperation attempts here if they're going to get 2 goals in 8 minutes. Substitutions coming in both ways. Looks like coming back is Ann Turner for Wheaton. And we got the 1-2 combo there of Wingard and Hinch. Those are the two dangerous players. Interestingly enough, Wingard's going back to a defensive position in the back. We're not used to seeing her. I wonder if she's playing on the back line, and they're going to have Hinch by herself up top. Should be interesting. Throw sent up. It goes to Kopelman. And tackled away, and foul call. Yeah, you saw the hands immediately go up from Trapp, and that's a universal sign. No, I didn't do anything, but of course I did something, because that's why I put my hands up. Yeah, Trapp, a very, very seasoned defender, has been leading this unstoppable defense. So far this game has just had an outstanding game today, and certainly made a point there saying, hey, you're not going to get past us. We ain't allowing any more goals today. Kashunas taking the kick. Puts it nicely in the box. Headed on, just goes wide. It was a nicely placed ball. That was number 19, Anna Seabolt, again, right in the middle of the field. Yeah, just misdirected it to the right. Yeah, a nice attempt there. They one of the few last throws they're going to have here to try and put the ball in the back of the net. They got to take advantage of those, but it doesn't get much closer than that. Battle for the ball. And Messiah Wheaton will control until the pass is just kicked away. Well, what you're seeing here, Wheaton needs to send players like Esther Tan up. She's sitting in a defensive holding position, guarding Clapper, and it's understandable. With a 2-goal lead, she's got to collect that ball, not just send it forward high, but dribble it up. Force Messiah to commit their defenders to the ball so that they can create openings for an Orweiler to step in, for Seabolt to step in. And here comes Hinch the other way. She's dangerous, even 3-on-1. She can certainly take shots from the outside. Bringing it in, the shot, and another save. And, Graham starting to really, she's got to be getting tired at this point. She's made now 6 saves, faced 14 shots. And she's really played well today. You can't blame her for the loss. Yeah, some precision goals here by Messiah. I think that she certainly has blocked some of the strong attempts, such as the big one from Erin Hinch on that last goal there. But, the Wheaton defense they put up a strong effort here, but it's just this Messiah team is just too stacked. They lose 2 of their top players. They're able to replace them easily and not skip a beat. Messiah is proving why they're #1 in the nation and have some tremendous amount of championships within the program. And let me correct that, and we missed this. At halftime, Hillary Barreto came into the game. So she's been in the game the entire second half for Wheaton. She allowed the 2 goals, though she has done a lot more than just allow 2 goals, has made 6 saves over that time. But our apologies, we weren't informed about the change there. Well, and they've been 1-2, Graham and Barreto, all year long. They've been responsible for such a great goal against average and a strong defense there. Coach certainly felt some instinct there that Barreto might have been the better choice for the second half. Not sure, two goals to 1 there with Graham, but she's certainly done her best to make 6 saves despite the 2 that got past her. And I think she's faced a little bit more than Graham faced in the first half. I think that's safe to say. We're now under 4 minutes left. And really, all that's left to do at this point is just play out the string.
for Messiah, not make any stupid mistakes. They clearly still have the energy, mentally and physically at this point.
Well, and here's the pride. It's very rare and not often, unless you play for Wheaton or Messiah, to be in a championship game. But for these players individually, these seniors who have worked so hard to get to this point, they want to see it through and end the game with pride.
Beautiful play there by Orweiler. The shot from distance just got under it too much at Anna Turner, but what a great individual play by Orweiler, battling through 3 defenders to just punch that ball out to a wide-open Turner. Like Grant, Orweiler tends to attract a crowd, and in that case, it opened up a wide-open player, Anna Turner, to get the opportunity.
Orweiler showing why she was the leading goal scorer and assist maker for this team this year. She's a senior. She won't be back. This will be her last opportunity to play in a Wheaton uniform.
That's a shame for her.
Just a great career, a great program, a great showing here in the semifinal and final match. Unfortunately, Messiah was just too much for them today, but Wheaton's got nothing to be ashamed of. They should hold their heads up high and know that they put up a really, really great fight against this just superior Messiah team.
Ball goes out of bounds far side. And we hope to talk to head coach Scott Fry at the conclusion of this game, as we did yesterday, get his thoughts on winning the national title, his 4th at the school.
And as Fry told us yesterday, they really were going to key off what Erin Hinch did, and Hinch came through today. She was relatively quiet. I felt yesterday William Smith did an outstanding job. They put a marking defender on her and really shut her down throughout the game, even though she did have some attempts on goal. But today she was able to run free, and that's what happens when you let a player like that run free. After missing 2010 with an ACL tear, not really able to contribute to that squad, this year she showed up and made her mark on college soccer, coming in, leading a team to a championship here with such a great effort.
Another nice pass out by Orweiler to Turner. Turner gets past one defender, then has it cleared away. Under a minute and a half left to play. Wheaton fighting to the end. That's Kopelman, sends it out wide for Turner. Turner just able to keep it in, pooches it into the middle, and it's headed out, and now cleared up towards midfield.
A great defense there by Gorman. This defense is very, very proud. They didn't allow but 4 goals the entire season, so they are certainly looking to try and not allow that number to increase. They want to keep the records nice and solid there for the Messiah program. Ooh, almost a shot on goal there. Wheaton's still fighting with under a minute, trying to get the ball into the net, but Messiah just too strong, too many players back there to keep that ball from getting past goalkeeper Automorano.
40 seconds left. Orweiler gets the loose ball, sends it in the middle, tries to get it to Kopelman, can't connect. 30 seconds now, and the ball played back to the Wheaton side of the field. And you can hear the Messiah fans, they're feeling it now, they're ready.
They know the game is over, the game has been won. They've been there all season long. They traveled all the way down from Grantham, Pennsylvania. Much colder over there than it is here, so at least it's a nice welcome way to celebrate this championship. But wow, what a team, what a program.
And there we go, it's official. Messiah College wins their 4th national championship in school history for NCAA Division III, 3-1 over Wheaton.
Players rush the field, the crowd comes out. What an exciting and great championship for these women. They're going to remember this for the rest of their lives. Despite the storied program of Messiah, a lot of championships in that program, but for these folks who've worked for 4 years to bring home another championship here is just a special moment. And the last time they won a championship was 2009, so knocked out with Hart and Simmons last year. Probably really seniors like Erin Hinch could have certainly had 3 in a row here, missing out last year in a heartbreaking loss, but they weren't going to be denied today. And with a 3-1 win over a very, very good squad in Wheaton, who put up a great effort, they've got everything to be proud of.
Well, we'll take a short break, and then we hope to talk to head coach Scott Fry as Messiah takes the 2011 NCAA Division III National Championship in women's soccer by a 3-1 count over Wheaton. And we'll be right back here on NCAA.com.
Shortly we'll have the all-tournament team and the presentation of awards.
It started in 2008 at the end of that season, watching Messiah hoist the national championship trophy. Just a reminder, we've got another production of W18 4:30 Central Time, Dan Downey and June Newby. Green Rapids, Michigan, bringing the second edition of the CCW NCAA Classic.
And we ask both teams to please line up for the awards. As we congratulate each other, so please line up for the awards. Thank you so much.
Ohio Wesley. Here comes San Antonio. In the final score, 3-1. Messiah takes their second loss of the season. However, a tremendous way to end their year in the national championship game and their career. These 8 seniors, the future again must fight for a hopeful 2003. Their goalkeepers coming back and players in the production coming back, including possibly their return first from next season. We'll have another year of eligibility following that injury record here.
Log on, ladies and gentlemen, to NCAA.com to get video of Saturday's tournament. Two of the best teams in the nation, definitely. We'll have the awards ceremony shortly. Both teams will please line up. Thank you. Coming up at 5:30, the men's championship, Ohio Wesleyan and Calvin. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the NCAA, we would like to extend congratulations for our outstanding tournament performance.
Welcome back to the Blossom Sports Complex here in San Antonio, Texas,
Presenting the awards,
as we are watching the awards ceremony right now.
Gary Lukowski, chair of the Great Lakes region.
Obviously, the Wheaton Thunder disappointed.
But nothing really to be ashamed of. They played so well. They made it this far in the tournament. They certainly have been here before. Some of these seniors, it's certainly dejecting to lose to get this far. Be up 1-0 to start the game. Have a tie going for so long, but it's difficult. The coach had some different tactics. I substituted the goalkeeper midway. They were doing their best to try and offset that Messiah attack, but they came out and gave Messiah a difficult game, confounded a lot of Messiah's traditional striking opportunities, but Messiah stuck to their game plan, stretching the field, doing what they did against William Smith, which was so successful, doing the same against Wheaton here, and they were able to get some goals in there, some really pretty goals that resulted in a win.
And while we're waiting for head coach Scott Fry, who has to work through all of his admirers and supporters, let's take a look at the all-tournament team as voted on by the media present.
Well, for William Smith here, the our defensive player certainly of the tournament, Jessie Tarantino, we got to see her number 3 yesterday, just had a great game, and Renee Jensen got the offensive player of the tournament for William Smith. For Ithaca, no surprise, goalkeeper Becca Salant, unbelievable game yesterday. Despite the 2-0 loss, she put up just a monstrous number. And then Rachel Palladino, strong presence up top. She didn't really get uncorked in the semifinal game, but such a great tournament. They put up 16 goals throughout. Wheaton, Jamie Orweiler, of course, getting that offensive player, Esther Tan defensive, and then Messiah, Lisa Wingard, Alex Brandt, getting the knock there.
And then for the tournament, the defensive player of the tournament, Kelsey Gorman, and offensively, Aaron Hench, two very well-deserving recipients, as we are now joined by head coach Scott Fry. And Coach, I know you had to run the gauntlet to get up here through all your fans. I don't know how you got here in less than 10 minutes. Everybody's so excited right now. Obviously, first of all, congratulations. 4th national title at Messiah. I mean, what are your feelings right now?
I didn't know if it was possible with this team. They have overcome more adversity than anybody knows. And this might be the toughest one we've won.
Really?
And as far as just things we've battled through. And then today to have Corinne go down in the first 10 minutes of the game, who's just a huge part of what we do. And then Shives went down. We had girls, the girl who scored the third goal, Raylan.
Right.
That's probably the first NCAA minute she's played in the tournament. So I can't get on play. She buried it. We talk about it all the time, like it's about the team. And you never know when your moment will be. Well, she had a moment.
And really the defense, I thought, was really the story for you in both games.
Our defense, the story's been that all season. They're so steady. Kelsey Gorman and Annie Trapp, they just don't give anything away in center backs. They're phenomenal. Kelsey Gorman, I want to say hyperbole. She might be the best center back we've ever had. And that's saying a lot for us.
Yes, it is.
So, people don't understand the battle this team has fought. And to go down 1-0 early on and then get it back. And, of course, Henshey, oh, my gosh. Talk about a girl who finished her career.
Yes, absolutely.
In the way she came back with a mission and a purpose, and she played that way all day.
Well, and really, you talked about it, you're falling behind 1-0, but a quick counter, tying up the game, that had to be really, I think, the most important point right there. When you got that goal to tie it, everything changed.
Everything changed. Of course, because now we're back in the game. We're not chasing the game anymore. We can go back and play. Because I thought the goal came against the run of play. I thought we were playing well. We had established the territorial battle. But then all of a sudden, we give a ball away and it turns into a goal. It's like, oh. So now you got to find a way to get one back. And gosh, Lisa Winger, she's been, again, there's another girl who really didn't start all season because of how things were going, and she's just better off the bench. And in the NCAA tournament, we've had things happen, and she became a starter the last 3-4 games. Unbelievable.
Again, Coach, congratulations. Tremendous victory. 3-1 over a very game Wheaton squad. 4th national title. Be safe going home. Congratulations. Enjoy the moment. So head coach Scott Pride joining us momentarily on the post-game show, and I think he summed it up well. That first goal for Messiah, I think it was nice to see him absolutely agreeing. That was the moment of the game. When they tied it up, it went from Wheaton having all the momentum saying, hey, we can do this, to here we go, Messiah.
Well, and you could see how important this championship was to him. Based on his comments, it didn't seem like he thought this squad had what it took, perhaps, to win that title. And
or certainly that it wasn't an automatic.
Yeah, as been expected in the past from his other squads that have won titles here. And talking about Wolf going down, Scheibler going down, the thigh injury there to Hinch, and having to have players step up like Winger coming up. He mentioned off the bench, but in the tournament, a solid starter. The first minute for the other goal there for his attacker. So just a true team effort, and that's what Messiah puts on the field. They put on more than 11 players that can come up, fill in for those stars, and be able to produce a goal. And so it's a hats off to great coaching by Coach Fry to ensure that every single player on his bench is ready. Every player is ready to go.
And there's the championship trophy being presented to the Messiah Falcons. 2011 Division III national champs. It's one of those things, you talk about programs that have won multiple titles. I don't know that it ever gets old, that it ever isn't special. I suppose you could say, a team that wins, here in Texas we have a soccer team at the Catholic school level. It's won, I think, 20 straight ones. Perhaps there it might not be as special, but in general, you have to work so hard. You still have to do all the preparation. Nobody is it really a given.
Well, obviously that's the case. The Messiah men's were #1 in the nation and went out in the very first game of the tournament. So by no means at this level of play, when you get these kind of players out here with this kind of ability, the squad that Wheaton put up, certainly it wasn't automatic. Even yesterday, William Smith battled to 0-0 with this Messiah squad, and by the sole shot by Brandt, they wouldn't be here in the championship. So by no means is it automatic. That makes it even more special. These kids started preparation 9 months ago, 10 months ago. As Orweiler walks up, gets an award there.
And you can see Orweiler, when she first walked up, it's so hard to show any enthusiasm this soon after the game. Yeah, you take your trophy. Okay, thank you. Here, you're all tournament. Yeah, thanks. Can I go now? Because all you want to do is just say, I want to leave. I'm so disappointed.
And that's that competitive spirit.
Yes.
No one wants to be second place. I mean, yeah, certainly it's an honor if she was a freshman. This is her first time, but she wanted to win that championship. She single-handedly drove that team to victory last night. It was just all over the field. We were calling her name out regularly. And today, not as active, not as forceful as she really, I felt, could have been. But against this Messiah team, they had to play conservatively and really try to limit their offense. But Messiah had just too many answers. Losing 3 players to injury, still able to produce 3 goals.
Well, that's going to do it. Congratulations again to the Messiah Falcons, 2011 NCAA Division III national champions in women's soccer. A tremendous season, a tremendous weekend for them here in San Antonio. You know, obviously a little bit of redemption after falling to Hardin-Simmons in the championship game last year, 2-1. You knew they were going to be back. Well, they found a way to get here. And, of course, I know their fans are already booking tickets to next year's championship.
Congratulations to that Messiah squad. Great game.
Once again, next year's will be here in San Antonio as well. And, you know, our broadcast for this game is over with, but the weekend is not. One more game. We'll have the men's championship game in just about 2 hours at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. We will bring you the championship game, Ohio Wesleyan versus Calvin for the men's side. And again, another one that on paper looks like it should be an absolutely spectacular event. We're hoping for something similar to what we had here for the women's. Any final thoughts, Brian?
Derek, no, it's been a great tournament. It's been a great squad. The teams joined in a circle together here and great sportsmanship. But just a good showing by both programs. Hats off to both the Wheaton and the Messiah coaches for putting together such balanced, great teams. And congratulations to the Messiah team. Those Falcons out there, they should be proud.
Final wonderful show of sportsmanship by both teams in the center circle, holding hands, I believe, having a few prayers and thoughts for everybody's safety going home. Nice touch to finish things off. For my partner Brian Mason, I'm Derek Smolek. We thank you for listening to the 2011 NCAA Division III National Championship. Until next time, right here in San Antonio in 2012, take care. Thanks for listening on NCAA.com.